Hi, class. My name is Kenya Duncan, and I just wanted to make a video to tell you about my birthing experience with my son 14 years ago. Yeah, a long way from being a baby, but I remember it just like it was yesterday. He was due on September 11th. During September 11th, I was in the military. I was in the U.S. Army in Fort Stewart, Georgia, and I was supposed to have an appointment the day after September 11th. But of course, all of the military bases were on high alert that day. That means traffic. It took me 4 hours with a big belly trying to get on the base. I thought it was a wonderful time for my water to break because I would have jumped the line. But that didn't happen. Anyway, so about time I got up to the gate, they had to check under the car, in the trunk, under the hood, check everybody's ID. That's why it was taking so long. So finally got to the office, to the battery, and first sergeant called the office and said that the hospital is still accepting appointments for those who missed the appointment that morning. And I had an appointment that morning, so I went into my appointment. Yet again, they attached this pink and yellow heart detector belt or whatever around my belly because for some reason they needed to monitor my son's heart rate. So they monitored my son's heart rate. I guess because the size he was. Oh, I don't know. Anyways, but anyway, um, so they noticed that his heart rate dropped, and so therefore they had to go ahead and induce labor. So his father got there in like 20, 25 minutes. I don't know how he got there so quickly when it took me 4 hours to get on post. So I just didn't understand that. But anyway, he was there in time. But so they went ahead and broke my water and all that kind of stuff, and that was a very weird feeling. Like it was like oh, it's just weird. I don't even know how to describe that feeling of touching my belly after my water break. But anyway, and so of course I was having labor pains and I'm watching the screen where it's going up and then I'm like intense, intense, and then it goes down, then I'm relaxed, then it goes up again and I'm intense. I'm like, I can't do this throughout the night. This is just too much. So they had to give me some pills or something to get me through the night because I just cannot do that every 5 minutes. So I slept through the night and all that kind of stuff. And meanwhile, he's still not in water, so I guess they're waiting on me to be dilated enough so I can deliver the child. But turns out that his heart rate kept dropping, so therefore they had to do a C-section. So I ended up doing a C-section. They rolled me in there, put the curtain up so I won't see all my guts and stuff like that. And I didn't know what to feel. I didn't know what to think. Of course, they gave me an epidural because I couldn't feel any of that stuff. I just felt a tug and a pull and stuff like that. And here it is, this crying baby, and I'm sitting here and they wrapped him up, and I looked at him. I'm just like, oh wow, I didn't know how to feel. I didn't know whether I needed to cry or what. I don't know. Anyway, so uh, his father had cut the rest of the umbilical cord and all that kind of stuff. Oh, and I have pictures. You know how mothers taking his first bath, being cared for by the doctor. Of his father looking over him in the I don't know what room this is. But anyway, and the doctors checking out his vitals or whatever, taking measurements, whatever they do to find out that he's normal. And I did have a little scare though. It was months earlier. I took some type of test and that came back that he could have possibly been a Down syndrome baby, and I had to go to Savannah to get a special testing and all that kind of stuff. And they gave me the option of doing an amniocentesis to find out further information. But of course, I was like, if he's Down syndrome, whether I know now or whether I know later would not make a difference. So I was like, no, no amniocentesis. And of course, they talked about, asked us questions about our family background to kind of, I guess, get some kind of picture of possible genetic problems that could be hereditary or something like that or whatever. But he was fine. He was a 9.5 pound baby that I don't understand how I had or carried because I was 96 pounds before I was pregnant and everything. So and yeah, and I just first time mom. And I wanted to show another picture. Um, of his dad feeding him the correct way. And this was my new mom did not know inappropriate way. Where is it? This is not how you feed your baby. Popped in a bottle with a blanket. I was a new mom. I didn't know. Of course, now as an early childhood professional, this is I know you do not do this. This is the incorrect way to feed the baby. But I was so tired in the middle of the night. This is what I did, and I was like, I don't know if I'm supposed to be doing this or not, but I'm so tired. But anyway, that's my story about my birth, with my son and everything. And I do have another video after this. Is found it off of YouTube, and it is about women in certain parts of Africa who are having going through a birth process and having their babies in deplorable conditions. And I felt so sorry for these women. I was like, oh my gosh, how in the world do they go through that? And not all women make it out of that hospital. And trying to get to the hospital was a pain. I mean, my little 4 hours was nothing compared to how they had to get to the hospital. So just take a look at that video. My heart went out to these women and everything like this. But anyway, that's it. Kenya Duncan signing off. Bye bye.